something one after the other. We've tried to analyze and provide you with information, but then again, it will be impossible to have you contribute on every single story. So because of that, we have Mainland Focus, where we pick 1-2 stories and then have broader conversations about it, and also give you an opportunity to say something about these stories. And this is something that affects pretty much every single Nigerian. So I'm sure this is a conversation that would pique the interest of everyone who's under the sound of our voice. Focus for today is none other than the almighty fuel subsidy removal, all the many controversy and threats by different unions, the reaction of the people, the reaction of the market, Congress, and the unions. In fact, I'll do us, the courtesy of reading to us some of the negotiations or some of the point of conversations in the midst of all of these negotiations. Now, the federal government, the TUC, and the NLC are going to review the World Bank's finance cash transfer scheme and proposed inclusion of low-income earners. This is with regards to the $800 million that was
so it's still on the table.
It's still on the table, secured from the World Bank. So they want to have conversation. They want clarity. How is this money going to be distributed? Who is on the list? It's part of the conversations that they want to have. Also, the federal government, the TUC, and the NLC will revive the CNG conversion program earlier agreed with Labour's fueled car as a source of fuel. So they are talking about that as well for implementation. Published the framework for completion of the rehabilitation of the nation's refineries. So conversations on whether or not the refineries will be functional. They're also going to talk about that. Fingers crossed that the Port Harcourt refinery that they've been talking about for a while will work at the end of the year. So let's see what happens. Also, they're supposed to talk about a framework for the maintenance of roads and the expansion of the rail. Last but not least, the one that really the labor union, long-term solutions. How feasible, how organized union do to survive this period? Just like FUAD highlighted, all of these things are negotiations for their people, for members of unions. So how about those who are not members of the government when it comes to reducing the suffering of Nigerians on subsidy removal? And this is an important question, because if you know this morning, FUAD, give us your answer before we open the phone lines.
If you look at all of these demands on dollar loan, which is a loan in itself that we're still talking about, and what they have said is that, look, they are talking about how to now expand it the more to capture low-income earners. Yeah. The initial plan was the most vulnerable. Now they are saying low-income earners. Yeah. And the reality is that, look, I see this $800 million in as one of the biggest insults to Nigerians. And I think we should just desist from even talking about it. And I also appeal to Labour to please not go that route. It's a complete insult. It's an opportunity again for for all manner of corruption and all of that, because you ask yourself, who are vulnerable Nigerians? I've said it. As far as the subsidy removal is concerned, every Nigerian is now vulnerable, no matter your level on the ladder of income.
You're not vulnerable.
I'm heavily vulnerable, Sage. I must tell you, I'm heavily look, the reality is that, look, even if you are not personally vulnerable, you'll be vulnerable when people around you begin to disturb you for all manner of things. That's the reality, because you are going to bear the brunt too. People who have problems are going to come to you. Family members, friends are going to come with all manner of demands, and all. So we are all vulnerable. That's the reality. If you run a business, your workers will be on you. You are going to have a lot of things to deal with because of running your business. So the reality is that we are all vulnerable. But let us even say that there's some merit, some deep thinking into who is vulnerable or not. How did you
come up with that list, first of all?
The list to start with. That if you're going to share money in a country where there's no data, no structure to capture people, or you are going to, okay, what happened with all this money that we're sharing? Trader money, what have we been able to do with it? All of the trader monies, the sharing of things, school feeding program, were all initiatives of the past government to reduce some people out of poverty. What happened? 133 million Nigerians more people went into poverty because it was just open to all manner of fraud and corruption. So we're going to secure these loans now. And remember that the World Bank is already even giving us condition on this particular money. They've told us that $4 million out of it will not be shared. That one will be used to get offices, for logistics. So it's just a waste of time. And then if you give people 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira can only buy 10 liters. Are you going to drink the petrol? So what happens after the 5,000? For how long are you going to continue to give them 5,000? So it does not just make any sense. And those are some of the short-term demands that is being put here. The others are long-term. Fixing our refineries, I'm sorry, there are too many timelines on the table. So I really don't even trust any timelines as far as the refineries are concerned until there's so much clarity on it. The issue of our education, I'm sorry, when would that happen? The rot in the education cannot be fixed in the next 20 years, Sage. when I say we really want to fix it. So those are long-term goals.
The railway, the roads.
The railway, expanding it and all of that, we could require money. The few railway lines that we were able to do was done with loans. We collected loans to fix those rails.
Loans, yeah.
Those rails, because of insecurity, are not even fully operational.
And vandalized.
Some of them are vandalized, are not fully operational because of insecurity and all
Yeah.
of that. That's also a long time that will not happen immediately. And then the issue of 200,000 naira.
What?
Where would the money come from? You are demanding that kind of money from a government that is telling you that, look, they have a budget deficit of 11 trillion naira. A government that is servicing debt with about 90% of our revenue. They say every revenue shortfall, our crude oil, we cannot even account for 50% of it. As we speak, we are not even able to meet our OPEC quota. We are running low, below 1 million barrels per day. So where would the money come from? So the reality is that, look, and that's why I said that whether you are a member of the labor union, you are not a member, you are an ordinary Nigerian, and just sit back and talk to yourself. How do I survive this period? And it has to be individual analysis.
Right.
Because whatever works for me will not work for you, Sage.
True.
So you sit back and look at yourself. If you have been taking or you may begin to, the reality is that this is real austerity here. Structural adjustment program that we thought had come. This is the real one now. And I think individuals need to look inwards and find a way to survive the period. Anything going to come out from government, Sage, I doubt it. But they can prove me wrong. But I feel that nothing really can prove me wrong that indeed there's something to come on the table. Because again, no matter the pain Nigerians go through, I don't see the commitment from the politicians to, number one, even reduce the cost of governance.
Right.
They are still going to do the same old things, steal money, embezzle, white elephant projects, get all these.
Minimize all of their allowances.
It will not happen,
as their own
and I say it will not happen. So again, I just hope that Nigerians understand that, look, they need to take care of themselves, and that's just the reality.
Right. Let's open the phone lines and see what people have to say regarding this particular issue. The negotiation between the Labour body and the federal government, feasibility of the demands of the Labour union, and also what are your expectations from the government when it comes to their plans to alleviate the suffering of Nigerians, and also what can Nigerians do for themselves, whilst they're waiting for the Labour union and the federal government to settle the matter. What can you do for yourself to survive? I don't want to say perilous period because I promised to be optimistic this morning, but let's open the phone lines regardless. 0913-6000-410. WhatsApp and text messages 0913-6000-430. We're also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, by the way, so you can interact with us via social media on those streaming platforms. You can see everything going on, and you can also drop messages on there. I'll read it live on air. Let's take our first phone call for this morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, FUAD and SAHEED agree. This will be calling from Ikeja.
Good morning, Obi.
FUAD, you have spoken too much for Nigeria. You are suffering for Nigerians, so you have tried your best.
I'm
and
doing
there's
my
nothing you
job.
can do. There's nothing you can do. Let me tell you, they should brace up. There's the OPEC court. OPEC court here,
Reducing of quota, yeah. We are not even meeting our quota anymore.
By December, January, we are hitting 1,000. You understand? By December, we are hitting 1,000. The one I would say, people should have lesser children, one or even sometimes. I know people. Yes, this issue of 5 children, 10 children, that is over now. It can't happen.
People who don't get 5 children, what may they do? We don't already
my brother, I don't know. It's a very serious matter. With this one, where government is getting injunction, let them not have the injunction to come and marry my wife. That's my fear.
Wow. Okay, at least you still love your wife in the face of it.
Oh my
Thank you so much
goodness.
for calling. I mean, China tried it and they are regretting it right now. So please allow us to have children. Hello, good morning to you. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Hello.
Hello, sweet.
Yes, good morning to you.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Good morning, sir. You have spoken honestly, just like the first caller said. And the willpower is not there. The political will to do that which is right. So the people, the passion of the people is not in their heart. All they are concerned with is how to embezzle, how to steal, and how to place body on us and place us perpetually in penury and poverty. They are not thinking that. I've been saying this on this platform. They are not thinking about being productive, being a productive nation. All they are thinking is about consumption, borrowing money, taking migrants, taking aid from the imperialists that has kept us where we are. That naira, the value, the level, the naira value in 1985. See where we are now. Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Baba. Good. They are now waking up from their slumber. You understand? You see, right from the time the outgoing, government has been shouting about this subsidy, assuming they came out, you understand, and confront the government and said, look, this refinery must work. They put their foot on ground. We will not find ourselves in this problem. We might have, go.
Hello? Oh, please try to make it back if you can. Please call back. Hello? Please turn down the volume on your radio. Thank you. Hello?
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
to you.
Mr. FUAD, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
See, God will bless you for all the analysis you have been giving to this we Nigerians. The reason is you are like, what do I call it? A warrior that fights for his people. Even with the talk. Because you see these our leaders, they are not willing and ready to change. How can a man, maybe to become a governor, you have up to maybe 10 or 12 billion before you become a governor? Then after when you become the governor, you expect them not to steal? Mr. FUAD. They must steal now. That is the reason why the corruption will not go away. They must steal. The reason is, I don't know how to express it. These things Nigerians are taking, I dare you, Libya cannot take it. I used 38,000 naira to fuel my car last week. As I speak to you now, it's gone. I need to fuel it again.
All right.
And when you talk, they'll say, you have liberties, even the Nigeria, you see, the Nigerian level, nothing is going to come out of because they are all the same. What like it does, nothing. At the end, when they make noise, they give them money, all of them go home and sit down. Good morning, Beland FM.
Good morning. Thank you very much. People don't even trust the labor union as it stands, unfortunately.
Can't blame them.
Wow. Hello, good morning to you. Hello?
Yes, my line went off the other time.
Yes, okay, welcome back.
Thank you. You see, what I'm even talking about the NLC. Fine, we're all Nigerians. This is what we have been hearing about subsidy for a long time. People is, taking away our commonwealth, and we said, why this subsidy? What is the meaning of subsidy? What brought about subsidy? It's because you went to outside Nigeria to bring the finished products. Whereas we have our refinery here. Assuming our refinery is working, we will not find ourselves in this issue. And more so, the demand of TUC, you understand, about 200,000 minimum wage. How realistic is it? You have said it for a while. I think they should be talking about the value of our currency, how our currency will be elevated. Because no matter the money we give to them, you understand, we're all in the same market. You see, and like Fawad said, and I think the government should realize on the issues of vulnerable or no vulnerable. What we have in Nigeria now is either you rich or you poor. You understand? But the poor people have money to throw away. But we, the middle, there's nothing like middle. We that we are managing, whereas the one that is suffering. You understand? Now, I think the issue of vulnerability will not come in. Government should think of how they're going to relieve us, especially the issue of refinery. I pray for assistance for our president. Our refinery must work. Last year, the MD of refinery told us Port Harcourt refinery is going to work by December. We are now in June. Nothing is happening. So they should emphasize on that.
Thank you.
What is wrong? Where is the money going?
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Right.
You too. Please, whilst we're also calling, let's not spend too much time emphasizing how we got here. We all know how we got here. Let's focus on, now that we are here, what are we going to do?
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? All right, we know how we got to this place and all the manipulations and all the illegal activities that brought us here. We know, but then we're asking the questions.
Where
the
do we go
demands
from here?
of the NLC. Do you think that these are actionable demands? Do you think it's possible, whether short, whether long term? Do you believe that this is something that can be achieved? Also, what do you think the government themselves are going to bring to the table? okay, we've heard you NLC, we've heard you TUC, this is what we are proposing. What do you think is going to be? Because they haven't said anything. Also, personally, for yourself, what are the adjustments you're going to have to make so that you can find a way to fit into our current economic reality in the country? That's pretty much what we're asking you this morning. All right, let's go back to taking phone calls. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Your name?
Mr. FUAD, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Okangbelina.
Good morning, Mr. Kangbelina.
I'm calling you from Matuluku.
Yes. Good morning.
People are asking where do we go from here? But I believe that it's like you beat a child and you don't want the child to cry. Now, you jacked up the price of fuel to 500 naira. And NLC wants to go on strike. You went and used the court to stop them. And you think that you are asking us what would they do? I don't think the negotiation will come up and achieve anything because the strike didn't work. So the NLC will be negotiating from the point of weakness. That's the thing. So we're negotiating now from the point of weakness. And I don't know why the NLC had to back down. They should have stood their ground. So that as they are negotiating, they know that the strike is on. That's what it will achieve results. More than this one that you will not say you want to step down, you call off the strike. And I hope that this man is not trying to follow Ayuba Wamba.
What do you think about Okangbelina? Mr. Okangbelina.
Tomorrow you will call it off.
Mr. Okangbelina.
Mr. Okangbelina, what do you think about the demands of the NLC and TUC? What they are asking for? What do you think? Is it possible? Is it achievable?
Well, it's achievable, but then it's achievable if government wants to really cooperate with them. But you don't really want to meet those demands. Why do they go to court first? Why do they go to court? You are negotiating with people and you want to use court to stop them. So what kind of negotiation is that?
Thank you.
I think it's achievable. Look, there's a lot of money in this Nigeria. If not corruption, who told you that they can pay even 500% increase in salary?
Thank you.
They can do it, like Nigeria can be heaven if corruption is removed. Now, all the people that, all the corruption of the last government, how are they going to prove it? They will not. Because like I told you the other day, a lion cannot eat a lion. All of them are the same thing they be.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Hello.
I am lucky today. I get you.
It's nice to have you. Please turn down the volume on your radio, please.
No, my radio is off.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. FUAD, this is Ben.
Okay, Ben, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Very lucky to get you today. Look, to me, whatever the NSE are doing now, to me, it's a waste of time. All the demand you see there, to me, maybe the only one is that they can only talk to the government how the refinery will come back to life. Apart from all that are just wasting of time for me. Look, to me, the palliative that I need for Nigeria is not all this kind of a palliative, whatever. Palliative that I need for Nigeria, what Asuwaju told Nigeria when he was campaigning, I will give the children educational loans. These are the palliatives that will go around every part of the country. Apart from that, any other one, whatever the palliative you look at it, to me, is a waste of time. To me, is to take this subsidy one time for us and to let it go. And again, for once, we should stop criticizing everything that government does. For once, we should stop criticizing everything government. Everything. Some people don't want to hear government. Everything criticism. We should give them this to do right this where you get wrong. Not everything criticism. Why can't we just do one thing for once? For what? This salary we are talking about, all these government salaries we are talking about, they are backed by law. They are backed by law. It's not everything we criticize. They have a bogus salary. They have this. How am I going to reduce my salary? There's a law that backed me and I'm to have one or two salaries like this.
Thank
you.
So
we should stop criticism. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The law allows you to...
You don't want the government to succeed. There's what is called constructive criticism. And that's when you bring the facts and figures to the table. And, you have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The fourth estate of the realm is the media, which the media can put them on their toes. It's part of checks and balances. The fifth, which is my own and labor, can also save the people. So again, this is our democracy.
Messages in. Good morning, Sage and FUAD. What the TUC and NLC should ask portion of their money. They should also look into the power sector and find a lasting solution to reduce dependency on fuel, which will not solve the issues. It's a cosmetic solution. Fixing power, security, and creating enabling environment for issues. We have another one here. Loggerhead between the federal government and NLC over the subsidy removal can only bring about splitting the organized labor into 2 or more groups, which will make the government have their Chika Bende from trade fair. He says the federal government might as well divide and conquer. That might be a strategy they would
But
employ.
to what end, really?
But that's what he's saying. It's not going to be beneficial for the general populace. Thank you, Chika Bende. Good morning, radio. Mr. Fuad said it all. There's nothing coming from this government. All of these politicians are jostling for post or for money, and I don't think they would want to hear anything like sacrifice on their part. One thing is, if politics is not attractive, I am very sure we would have less corruption. There are so many things that we're not even talking about, which should contribute to a better Nigeria. Is the president not wealthy before he became president? All of these politicians, can they sincerely declare their worth? I know they can't live forever. Isn't like they don't know exactly what to do to make Nigeria better. It's really a shame. We should brace up for hard times and pray God raises a finger towards Nigeria. That alone would be enough. Andrew from Yaba, thank you for the message of faith and optimism that you, as an addendum to your message. Thank you. Abraham Ayotunde from Oshogbo, Osun State says, NLC and TUC are becoming so unserious every day. They always show weakness when negotiating with the federal government. They should learn from the NSAS protesters and how they were able to achieve their demands within a short time. Governments that struggles to pay 30,000 naira minimum wage, how would they pay 200,000? We play too much in this country. May God see us through. Thank you very much for your message. I'll take one more and go back to phone calls. So we have here, I am not going to do this. The first sentence already. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello. Hello, good morning. Oh, please try to make it back when you're in a calmer environment. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Melanie.
Yes, good morning to you.
My name is Abiodun Bakari.
Good morning, Mr. Bakari.
Good morning to you, Mr. Fuad. Well done for the work.
Thank you.
Well, on the issue at hand, I'm just concerned about having a balance. One thing that I do not like in governance is this feeling of I can do it anyhow I want to do it and nobody can question me. I want opposition, I want criticism, I want cheating. Now, bringing back to the issue of fuel subsidy, quality must be strong at this point. Because the situation is that Nigerians are divided. There are those who subsidy. There are those like
the quality of the call is really
you need to shift
bad.
your position a bit, Mr. Bakari.
Please.
Oh, okay. I said there are those who don't want the subsidy to be removed at all. And then there are those like this who want the subsidy to be removed.
You might have to call us back.
Mr. Bakari, you have to call
you
back.
You have to call us back. It's very difficult to hear you. Please call us back. I hope you make it through. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Sage and my dear friend Fuad.
Good morning.
God bless you, man. This is Mr. Peter Oko. I'm calling from Maryland.
Welcome.
Yeah, the name was very close. You see, these issues we are talking, not a single one proposed by Labour is going to address the problems we have. You see, first of all, even in management, you have to diagnose your problem of your company, identify all the problem areas. Then you now know how to recommend solutions. But now we want to solve problems. We don't even know what they are or their sources. So my sincere recommendation is that we have to diagnose our problems and then profile the appropriate solutions. And if I were my brother, Asiwaju, he has golden opportunity to become the Martin Luther King of Nigeria by tackling our various problems head on. And if I were him, I will not touch subsidy. Because touching subsidy now is like eating below the belt. You know, it is foul. In box, when you hit somebody below the belt, it is foul. So they should leave the subsidy and tackle the mountains of corruption in Nigeria since 1960. If we can recover just 1/10 of all the stolen monies, Nigeria will be richer than the World Bank. You know, up to this present, this most recent government, they should probe every one of them, both presidents, both governors, all of the ministers. They should probe all of them and recover our money.
Thank you so much.
That have been stolen.
Thank you.
Yes. So when they recover them, then we can start talking of further development. Let them not develop anything. Let them recover all the stolen money. Thank you.
FUAD, I'm sorry. If I don't ask this question, I'll not be able to sleep. So we have to get the money first. Forget about subsidy. Collect the monies from those who have stolen from us. Who is going to collect the money from who? It's not like a merry band.
What Barrister Peter Oko is recommending, he's a lawyer, I'm sure.
Yes.
Maybe he's just trying to set an agenda for us to really begin to tackle corruption with so much vigor.
Subsidy is corrupt.
But because, again, if you have to do this probe that he's talking about, you have to also use the legal framework to do it, our court processes. Again, there's still a lot of lacuna in our laws that allows all of these things. You know, you see politicians, even when they say they arrest them and they're going to court, they just smile to the court because there are too many technicalities that
loopholes they can exploit.
We've had a lot of convictions from the High Court, the Appeal Court throws it out, Supreme Court. Look, in this same country, we had a Supreme Court judgment that gave a perpetual injunction that a former governor should never be tried. It came from our courts.
Wow.
Unless it's a military government that just arrests people and throw them to court.
A former governor that his immunity has expired still cannot be tried.
And then the Supreme Court gave a Supreme Court judgment that, look, this man, don't ever even open his books again. A perpetual injunction.
Wonderful.
So what happens? How do you fight corruption in that kind of system?
We're just going to go back to phone calls now. Thank you. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. Okay. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio, please. Hello. Yeah.
The judiciary is our problem.
You didn't tell us your name, sir.
It's John.
Oh, John. Okay.
Just a quick one. The judiciary is our problem when it comes to fighting of corruption. You can see that they quickly dismiss the case of a plaintiff injunction on labor now, Adi. When we have many issues of corrupt politicians over the years, and they have not been able to do anything about it. So who will fight corruption? Who will collect money? Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling back. I know you wanted to comment on that, but it's fine. Hello.
Hello. This is Sandra.
Good morning. Your name, please.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
Thank you, my dear. You see, it is better now. The neighbor comes back to the table, and that's supposed to be. What then they were thinking that you see we take over from them, and they will be render irrelevant. That's why they come back to the table to talk. And we must dialogue. The new government have put their mind that they want to remove subsidy, and we know very well. The subsidy we are paying for those, we are paying for something we can't account for. So if we should be paying, but very soon it's go back to normal. If we allow other people to join NFP to bring sweat to the country, because NFP they don't supposed to be only so important of the sweat to the country. They carry power for refinery, and I won't be asking president to repair one or two refineries and hand over to people hands to handle. So this is what we expect. And when we talk of palliative, I don't support the 1,000, 10,000, 5,000 to be figured. No, the woman that is giving this money out, she's supposed to be good. But what is good is when you can buy those long buses, transportation, and over it to the black Congress to maintain. So we try our own ability whether they can maintain it or not, because it benefits all Nigeria. The artisan, the marketer, the civil servant, all with the social price, it will benefit all of us. than to give money to individual.
Thank you.
So for me, go back to the table and talk if you what you expect. Good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Back to WhatsApp very briefly. Hi, Mainland FM. Subsidy removal has been a big cancer that has eaten up our economy for a very long time now. In as much as the government did not plan on the negative effect of the removal beforehand, the Labour Congress has made demands that are not feasible in a country riddled with corruption and poor management. 200,000 naira for minimum wage is tantamount to more increase in inflation, as there will be too much money in circulation with increase in price of goods and services. Our solution in the short run will be to diversify to other means of income, like mining of other natural resources, manufacturing, agriculture, opening up our borders. We will continue to criticize our government when they do wrong constructively so that they can be put in the right direction. A message from Sean. Sean, thank you very much for your message. There's another one here. I wonder why FUAD is against the proposed sharing of $800 million for the so-called vulnerable Nigerians. To me, I believe they're following the footstep of their predecessors. If they don't share the money, where do you expect them to get aprico from? Okay, from Africa. I don't know what that means, but thank you very much for your message. Oh, he was being sarcastic. Okay. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. This is Godwin from Ilasa. Godwin says, I did not want to comment today until Ben spoke. How can a man who keeps cheating on his wife win the trust of his wife? We don't just criticize, but we do so because our politicians keep cheating on us and we've lost trust in them. NLC and TUC can't achieve much considering the state of the nation. How can the government pay minimum wage of 200,000 naira when not all states are paying the 30,000 naira
And
as it stands? Yes. How about private business owners and the self-employed? The only sensible thing to do concerning this subsidy is to have all of our refineries working, and this will reduce pressure on our forex while our naira gets more value. Good day. Thank you so very much, Godwin from Ilasa. Let me take one more WhatsApp and then I can do the message we have here on Facebook. Good morning, I'm Sam from Magodo. It's better for the government to reverse to the old price and implement subsidy gradually. Salary increments will not be possible and will not solve the problem. What about the unemployed and the non-government workers?
Or the underemployed?
There should be proper implementation of the subsidy to curb the impact for Nigerians so they don't feel so much pain. The pain is much for Nigerians, from the cash crunch to the fuel scarcity to the election issues and problems. Everywhere, Nigerians are tired of enduring. May the souls lost in or were shooting rest in peace.
Amen.
It's time for the government to take security of lives very serious. People cannot commit capital crime and go free without the government hunting them down. Are they ghosts? That's the question from Sam for Magodo. Thank you so much. On Facebook, good morning. My name is Sonny Zadok from Shasha Alimosho, Lagos State. To cut the story short, everyone should just work hard to survive in this country. I'm not seeing any changes at all. If you have the chance to jackpot, just move out. Okay. Thank you very much for your message. We'll go back to the phone lines now. 0913 6000 410. WhatsApp text messages 0913 6000 430. This is Mainland Focus, and our conversation borders around negotiation between the federal government, NLC, and TUC regarding the planned strike or the proposed strike because of the removal of fuel subsidy. What are your plans? What are your expectations of the government, and also the feasibility of the demands of the labor unions? Hello. Please try to make it back if you can. 0913 6000 410. That is the phone line. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, please.
Morning, Doctor. My name is Solomon. I'm calling for.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to hear you. Your name is what?
My name is Solomon. I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right.
Okay,
all right.
from
Please go
Ikeja.
ahead.
Okay.
My suggestion is that even if this 200 dollars receive the long pay, everybody is not receiving that one now, so that one no paper cannot work. Another 30,000 naira is not all the government even ourselves. So it's no clear. And I want to appeal to our president to consider people. Even our people that are people that are for them, because things are very, very tough in the market. If all of us the civil servants, please, to consider us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. We appreciate you. Okay, we still have time for enough calls, and we can still take WhatsApp messages, so you can send your messages if you cannot reach us via the phone lines. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name, please.
My name is David. from the
Welcome, David. Go ahead.
please, I just want to contribute,
Yes.
and I would like to tell Mr. Farad that we should not give excuse to the government. You can hear the Dangote refinery that they built at the rate of $18.5 billion, and they said they will make $30 billion in a year. And this is a country whereby we are selling crude oil. Do you know how much the bank industry profit they make in a year? Some declare $40 billion, some 40 billion million naira, 40 billion naira. And there is a private in the private sector, they declare enough a profit this year. Last year. So if the Nigerian
Congress
Labour said they should pay Nigerian 200,000, I don't think they are wrong. If we can deal with corruption in this country, do you know how much the NPC they can't declare their profit? They can't.
Hello? Oh. The connection did not exactly
I
align
like the
with
fact
you.
that he said you can deal with corruption.
Corruption, yeah. Hello.
Hello, Babalola, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Mr. Peter. Good morning.
Anthony, FUAD, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. With all that everybody has said, I just want to ask a question. Now, like you said earlier, that all those items, the master life, they are long-term projects. I will call it long-term defeat. Because even if it takes 20 years, they may not do those things. It's not only today we start talking about red line. When they came in, they said within the administration, there's a red line running from Lagos to the east, south, south. Have you seen anyone? Lagos have they completed? So all those things for me doesn't make sense. And the question I'm asking now is that in the short-term period, considering this massive and ungodly suffering of the people, what do we do? What does the government want to do? Are they reducing the price to the old ones so that we will survive as they do those projects? Because for me, the refinery road station wherever it has been there over the years. It's one of their campaign promises in 2015, and nothing was done. So what is going to happen during this short-term period? How did Nigerians survive? That's what I want to hear from Labour Congress.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter, for your call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Siege.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you. FUAD.
Good morning, Don Peters.
Yes, my name is Don Peters. I'm calling from Transekulu, here in Enugu.
Enugu, okay.
Nice.
You observed the
Yes.
sit at home yesterday too, right?
Yeah, very well. But it's not that much. Although our governor cancelled it, but people are still afraid.
All right.
Okay. Good. FUAD, believe you me, posterity will judge you right. I heard you loud and clear. And my people here in Enugu, I've already influenced some of my people. They are listening to you and they are hailing you here in Enugu.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Believe you me, we are relaxing here because we have never been disappointed by this government, because we already know that it's going to be like this. The way forward, see, you ask us a question. Nigerians, focus on yourself. Okay? Think of what you can do for yourself legitimately. Don't expect anything from government. Any government that do not start to govern from himself, believe you me, will not offer you anything. Let them start by selling the presidential fleet. When they cut it down to one, scrap all their extra code, scrap all their job allowances, then push it to themselves, not to the masses. That is only when we know they are serious. Our governor here already know that the problem we are having here in Enugu is water, and he started by providing water for us. That is governance. Okay? We have hit the ground running to water everywhere now in Enugu, that everybody must have a pipe-borne water. That is exactly what we are doing right now. And he has started governance for him own self, not pushing it to the people. So whatever that they are doing there in Abuja is none of our business, because we already know that it's going to be like this.
Thank you, Don Peters. Yes. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hello.
Listen.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Your name?
It's Timothy calling from Ojo.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
What I want to say now, I may be wrong, I may be right. Somebody we were discussing yesterday concerning this question, and the person told me, because it's under Jackson person, he told me that this question, they don't raise this price to make Dangote refinery when you come aboard, they want to fix price for him. Because the ratio, because most government agencies, all these past governments, and even some of the present governments now, they have share in that refinery.
Allegedly.
That's what they are trying to protect.
There are no facts to that, Timothy.
Sir?
I said these are just allegations, no facts to that yet.
Yes, I know. And that's why I said I may be wrong, I may be right. And also, if I want to say, a doctor told me before, when a surgical operation you want to do on person, you remove the person the ability that he cannot survive this thing. And you suspect it, bring the person up first before you engage on that surgical operation. Yes. The way Asuwaju, our president, don't rush to do this thing. Nigeria is already breathing before. If you see the disease of many things, inflation and insecurity, people are hungry. We're supposed to at least stabilize some things so that we will not suffer much. The way in the race he did this thing, he has made anything he wants to do now, the president will do much on him. I'm telling you, I don't know people who are advising me. See, he just started from the wrong side. Okay, now, if you are sincere now, I want you to compare PDP government and this government. The 8 years of I'm telling you,
it's not good to compare failure with failure.
No. At least we own Nigeria. What I've enjoyed. I will tell you PDP government.
Timothy, the problem we have now, this start from today.
Unless I know PDP government is not too good. But it's still better. Because if we give this APC,
you have a right to say what you're saying.
8 years. If we give APC 8 years.
Okay,
let's go to
the wala didn't start today.
The wala, you don't want to try too much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. They try your
Thank you, FUAD. Something that I used to do is not good. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I agree with him. Something should have been done. At least a critical.
Did the PDP government build any refinery?
FUAD, me, I'm not involved. I'm not involved. But yeah, a critical stakeholders meeting should have preceded the announcement. All right, definitely.
I agree that there are better ways to handle this. You know,
I mean,
very important.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll just finish this conversation by taking some of the messages that we have, because again, if we take call now, I don't trust them to stick to the 2 minutes. So let's not exceed the time that has been allocated for this. So let me just read WhatsApp messages. Good morning, Mainland FM crew. Balao from Okwoba is the author of this message. He says, if you want to remove subsidy, are you not supposed to put the refinery to work, put luxurious buses on ground to transport people, remove Agbero from the road, repair the damaged roads?
People are talking about that too.
Clear out bandits so people can go to farms. 12 to 24-hour electricity. But the reverse is the case by your selected president. We just woke up from a nightmare, and now we have another situation on our hand. We're not thinking of the consequence. The question is long. Will Nigerians get out of this nightmare? Like he said, he wants to continue Buhari's legacy. There's a saying, blessed is he that does not expect, for they shall not be disappointed. Okay, thank you very much for your message. Good morning, Sage, Babalola, and FUAD. This government is trying to shy away from realities on ground. Did Jonathan use the courts to stop them from protesting? Let them sacrifice their newspaper, wardrobe, security, kitchen, and so on allowances to cushion the masses from what is to come. It is compulsory to let every state set up modular refineries, and now let their various projects and allow them to execute their various projects now that they have assumed office. I had to edit that a little bit, but thank you very much. I understand perfectly what you're trying to tell me. Good morning, Sage and FUAD. On the focus this morning, there is nothing absolute, about the demands of the labor unions. Okay, there's nothing absolute about the demands of labor union. FUAD has said it all. We have to brazen up for this perilous time in Renew Hope era. It is a shame that at this level in our country, we are still sacrificing the only thing we have for the poor. What about the rich? What about the political class? Damilola from Alaba, he's asking, what would the rich and political class sacrifice in this moment? I don't know. FUAD said nothing, but I don't know. Good morning, guys. Please, the question goes to the gentleman in the house. That's FUAD. Is there any politician or is there any politics guiding the price of fuel in filling station in Nigeria? FUAD, it's not just market forces that normally
who are now being told market
are
forces
supposed to determine the price.
and that it's been deregulated.
But
How do you
NMDC has a
deregulate and
price
regulate
template.
again? You know, so what they are
So,
saying
you
is that
know,
it's their own template, but
yeah.
again, it's just all.
So normally, I mean, for deregulation, I don't see why there should be a price
Prices
template.
should be fixed,
But it is what it is. That's our reality in the country, unfortunately. Good morning, Mainland FM. Our government is her citizens' negative experiment. If not, why would you put some facilities on ground before? Why would you not put some facilities on ground before subsidy removal policy? I support the removal, but it should be done with a human face. FUAD and Rufai, I love you guys so much. Francis Oka from Ikeja. FUAD, I'm jealous, and I'm not coming to work tomorrow.
Don't go.
All right, thank you so very much for
subsidizing.
wow, what a betrayed. Thank you guys so much for your participation.
Oh, my
FUAD, we
goodness.
appreciate you for your analysis.
Thank you.
For your participation. We still see the phone lines buzzing. Unfortunately, time isn't on our side. We're going to take a brief recess, but in about 15 minutes, I believe 9:45, we'll be back for Global View, where we do analysis on events that's happening in foreign countries outside Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. This is still Mainland 98.3 FM.